Hello Mouses! Remember that scene in Batman Begins where Batman grabs a guy by the leg using his grappling hook and lifts him into the air to answer some questions? Guess how much of that scene is totally illegal? Did you guess all of it? If so, well done! In the case of The Crown vs. D, Lord Brandon defined kidnapping as the taking or carrying away of one person by another by force or fraud without the consent of the person so taken or carried away and without lawful excuse. Now, as a private citizen, Batman can't possibly have a lawful excuse for taking the bent copper and taking him away for questioning. It doesn't matter how badass Batman is or how bent the cop is, he can't have a lawful excuse for capturing the guy because he is not entitled to enforce the law. And there's no question in my mind that he used force in order to capture this guy. He was lifted off the ground like whoosh! That's a lot of force, and he certainly didn't give consent. So Batman is going to be liable for kidnapping. Now with regards to hanging the guy upside down over a big long drop, the main point I want to make is that he was held at all. He couldn't go anywhere without Batman letting him go, which brings Batman into the realm of false imprisonment. False imprisonment is defined as the deprivation of a person's liberty without lawful justification and regardless of whether the person in question was aware that their liberty was removed. So, as we just said, he's liable for false imprisonment. There's no two ways about it with this. But these aren't the only problems that Batman has here, because although we've got enough here to put Batman away, we have another route we could take if we want to be particularly annoying or if we're just the type of prosecutor who wants to throw the book at Batman. These two situations, although kidnap and false imprisonment are very good cases to bring against Batman, they're not the only ones we can have, because the Offences Against the Person Act 1861 brings us two other things that we could throw at Batman, namely common assault and battery. Now, when we talk about assault in terms of the law, it's not the same as in the colloquial term where BAM! In your face would be an assault. Because, yeah, sure, that comes under common assault and battery, but it's not assault. Assault is defined as causing someone, either intentionally or recklessly, to apprehend the immediate infliction of unlawful force. Basically, once you've gone BAM! And it's hit, that's gone past assault. Going like that is assault. All that manoeuvre that bullies love so much where they go, that's assault. Or making you think that they're going to hit you, but actually just brushing their hair, assault. Touching you unlawfully, well, that's battery, which is defined specifically as the intentional or reckless application of unlawful force to another person. So punching, kicking, pistol whipping, that's battery. So what have we got here? Well, now this guy's hung over a big drop. He might be dropped at any point. Batman is menacing at him while he's hanging there. That's assault, because he's clearly in distress of the fact that he might get hurt at any point. So even if Batman wasn't doing this on purpose, he would be reckless about the fact that this other person is apprehending physical harm. So Batman's liable for assault. But even better than that, in order to get him into that position in the first place, Batman attacked him with a grappling hook and lifted him into the air. Battery. Because battery does not have to be applied by physical touching. It can be applied with a weapon, such as a gun, like pistol whipping, but Batman here used a grappling hook instead. Well, that's still battery. So, Batman's not looking good today, is he? 4 out of 4 so far that he's got illegal. But here's the kicker. He does it again. When the guy drops, he drops really quickly, screaming, 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 and then stops and slows down to a gentle drop. If that's not intentional application of fear that someone is going to get hurt, I don't know what is. So Batman tops it off and gets 5 for 5 on criminal activity today. Not his finest hour, I'm sure you'll agree. Tomorrow we've got the final one of applying the law to Batman, where we look at wills and trusts and the way that Batman gets Wayne Cobb back at the end of the film. So I hope you'll join me for that, but until then, I've been Zoe Kirk-Robinson. You've been watching a video. If you liked it, remember to click the like button and share it, as you might do to people who might appreciate it, and I'll see you tomorrow.